On the 3rd of September 2021 at 14:40 NZST, 7 people were injured in a mass stabbing at the Lynn Mall Countdown supermarket in New Lynn, Auckland, New Zealand. The attacker was being followed by New Zealand Police Special Tactics Group officers, who intervened during the attack and shot the attacker after he charged the officers. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The incident is being treated as terrorism and is ISIS-inspired, according to Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern. This was the second stabbing in less than 4 months to occur at a Countdown supermarket, the first being in Dunedin, and the first terrorist attack in New Zealand since the Christchurch mosque shootings in 2019. At the time of the incident, the Auckland region was under strict alert level 4 lockdown due to an outbreak of the COVID-19 Delta variant in the city on the 17th of August 2021. Supermarkets were one of the few businesses allowed to open at this alert level. In addition, supermarkets were limiting the number of people in the store at one time to ensure social distancing. Terrorism in New Zealand has been relatively uncommon. The last incident, the Christchurch mosque shootings, was carried out by a white supremacist in March 2019, where 2 mosques were attacked during Friday prayers. A subsequent Royal Commission found that New Zealand's terrorism legislation was inadequate, and Parliament was already debating amendments to the legislation. The attacker was trailed by surveillance and special tactical teams of the New Zealand Police Special Tactics Group when he left his home in Glen Eden and travelled by train to the Countdown supermarket at Lynn Mall. Surveillance staff were not able to move around the supermarket with the man due to the social distancing restrictions and the man's paranoia making it difficult to follow him closely. He proceeded to shop in the supermarket for 10 minutes without suspicion before the attack. He used a knife from a shelf in the supermarket to carry out the attack. At least one video of the attack was posted to social media showing shoppers warning others and some attempting to intervene. The Special Tactics Group officers following him were alerted to the attack 60 to 90 seconds after it started, and one of them shot the attacker 60 seconds later after he refused to surrender, killing him. 7 people were injured in the attack. 6 victims were taken to hospital, 5 with stab wounds and 1 with a dislocated shoulder. Auckland City Hospital received 3 in critical condition and 1 in a serious condition. Waitakere Hospital and Middlemore Hospital each received 1 patient in a moderate condition. 1 victim received minor injury and self-treated at home. There were 4 female victims aged 29, 43, 60 and 66, and 3 male victims aged 53, 57 and 77. Ahmad Samsudeen was a 32-year-old Sri Lanka national who arrived in New Zealand in October 2011. He became of interest to police in 2016 and was a supporter of ISIS. Samsudeen was deemed a public safety danger after purchasing big hunting knives twice and owning Islamic State videos. In May 2017, he was detained at Auckland Airport while attempting to leave the country and was held in custody without bail. He subsequently pleaded guilty to charges of distributing restricted material. After spending 3 years in prison, he was released into the community in July 2021. In May 2021, he had been convicted of possessing propaganda-style material supportive of ISIS and was sentenced to 1 year of supervision. After release from prison, he was being watched by police and national security services, including an armed tactical squad. At the time of the attack, he was still facing charges for assaulting prison officers while in custody. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern and Police Commissioner Andrew Coster held a media briefing at 17:15. On the day of the attack, Auckland Mayor Phil Goff vented frustration that the Prime Minister could not share information about the terrorists to the public due to court-issued suppression orders. He also said it is even harder to deal with this attack while the city is under alert level 4 lockdown. The Federation of Islamic Associations of New Zealand condemned the attack, stating that terrorists who do such inhumane and vile acts do not belong to any religion. They act out of sheer hate, and they have no place in our country. He also expressed sympathy for the victims and their families as well as bystanders who had witnessed the terror attack. Countdown as well as Foodstuffs, which together own the vast majority of supermarkets in New Zealand, removed all sharp knives from sale nationwide as a precautionary measure. The incident has been referred to the Independent Police Conduct Authority and to the coroner for investigation. On the evening of the stabbing, the Crown Solicitor applied to the High Court to lift the suppression order concerning the attacker, which was issued in July 2018. The High Court ruled it would allow pub